Hello everyone, we are Katie and Joe, and we're almost on the go. This is our 22 Ford Transit, which we named Clifford.
And over the last 6 months, we've been converting this van into our home on wheels. And today we are going to give you the full van tour.
First, let's go over the basics. Our van is a 2022 Ford Transit 350 HD. That means it's a high roof and extended, the largest Ford Transit Ford currently offers. It is a dually with an EcoBoost V6 engine.
All right, let's take a look on the inside.
So we are in our kitchen slash living room slash office slash a lot of rooms have to happen in a van because we don't have a lot of square space. Behind me are our two swivel chairs, captain chairs up front, and then a bench that seats nice 2 people comfortably. We have a lot of storage underneath, which is fantastic. Up top we have 2 cabinets. They are some of our smallest cabinets that we have, but we think they work perfect for our toiletries. So I get a toiletry cabinet and Katie gets a toiletry cabinet. Put that up, boom. Now, if you swivel over here, this is our Vancillary DIY shelf kit. If you're interested in that, Katie made a wonderful video on it. We basically have like our sunshades, our camping chairs, my sunglasses, a stuffed moose, fire extinguisher, anything that we need access to very quickly. And I mentioned earlier that this is kind of our office, right? We are 2 freelance photographers. We're constantly working and we need a good table space to do so. So we have not 1, but 2 Lagun table mounts, and this is actually our table here, and the Lagun mount system is in here. We bought this off Etsy from a company called Gnarly Vans, and it's fantastic. It just bolts straight into the B pillar of the Ford Transit without any issues whatsoever. So Katie's working here, she can have a table. If I'm working here, I can have a table. And of course, computers need power. We have a power here and power here. Behind me may just look like a blank wall, but in reality, it's an Arctic Tern window, and we chose the Arctic Tern window for a few reasons. The biggest is it has a built-in bug net and blackout curtain that's really easy to open. And if we wanted a little air in there, we can pop this open, and we can get some air, and it keeps it nice and locked like that.
All right, so this part is my pride and joy. I went a little bit crazy on Etsy. I love the fun little decor. So I ordered this map that has all of the US national parks and little holes for these little wooden trees that you put in every time you go to a park. So every time we go, we're gonna pop one in and track our route. And then I also ordered a second piece of a custom sign, our Katie and Joe, welcome to our adventure. Also an Etsy find. Just super fun. It makes it more like a home. So instead of a live, laugh, love, it's a welcome to our adventure. Same idea. All right, if you go back into the kitchen, we have a beautiful sink that we got from IKEA. It's the perfect size. We're able to wash dishes and it doesn't take up too much of our ButcherBot countertop. We got this faucet off of Amazon, and what's really nice about this is it unhooks and we could turn it out and use it as like an outdoor shower or a way to rinse off things if we go on a hike and we're a little bit muddy, instead of bringing all of that mud into the van into our wet bath, which I won't get to yet. A soap dispenser, that's Joey's pride and joy because he put that in. He got his fancy soaps in it. If you go further into the kitchen, we have a nice shelf for all of our coffee stuff. We're big coffee drinkers, and it's nice to have our kettle and keep our beans up there. And then below that, we have our power. So we have more AC power that we'll use for our induction cooktop. And we have 2 DC ports that allow us to charge other things that don't need the AC power. It's nice to have both. If you come further into the kitchen, we have very nice long ButcherBot countertop. Our backsplash is stainless steel. That's gonna allow us to put some fun travel magnets, little mementos along the road. And then this is our induction cooktop, but it's removable, which is really nice. When we put it away in storage, we have all of this workspace. So we can use it for prep for cooking or as a stand-up desk for when we need to do our work. It's really nice. It's a great space. We're really happy with how it turned out. We really thought through our water system and not wanting to put any gray water under the van so that we don't have to worry too much about winter seasons or things freezing. So underneath our sink, we have this great storage space. We have a gray water tank that our sink will drain into. We have our trash, and then we also have our storage bins for our cookware. In the middle of what we would call our kitchen, we have our refrigerator. It's an Isotherm Cruise 130, and it has a great amount of storage. Since we are like big time cookers, we want to really make sure that we have the space to store and prep our food. So in here we also have a little freezer, which is great. It doesn't hold a pint of ice cream, which is a little bit disappointing, but it's nice to have at least a little bit of freezer space for the stuff that needs to be frozen. So we had a small amount of storage underneath the sink next to our gray water tank, but we have a lot more storage back here. So I'll start with the top. In our upper cabinet, we're able to house all of our food and some plates and, you know, miscellaneous kitchen items. But then the big space is underneath. So next to the refrigerator, we have a huge cabinet down here, and it has a pull-out drawer where we're able to access all of our kitchen utensils, anything that we need in here. And hidden behind that is a lot of extra storage as well for things that we don't need every day, but we have access to it through here.
Today's video is brought to you by our very first channel sponsor, AVC Rig. We've been on the road for almost 4 months now and have covered over 15,000 miles, and the rack is held up like a champ. When we bought this roof rack over a year ago, we had some big dreams for this van. But if you've ever converted a van, you know things don't always go as planned. Thankfully, our AVC Rig's roof rack has modular design that adapts to our needs. We were able to mount 2 solar panels, a huge 5 foot by 5 foot deck, while still maintaining space for our AC, internet, and fan. There's even space to mount perimeter lights. We chose to go with AVC Rig for a few reasons. Number 1, they're a local company, and we enjoy supporting local Colorado companies. 2, the design, perfect, top notch, sleek, low profile, everything that we wanted. 3, installation, super easy. Number 4, customer service, amazing. So from roof racks to wall kits to build services, AVC Rig is a great place to go for all of your van build needs. We're very happy customers and thankful to have AVC Rig's support on our channel. And now back to the video. So here is our wet bath, and we decided that we wanted a wet bath because we will be in this van basically exclusively over the next year, and while it's not a luxurious shower in any way, it will be nice to come back from a hike and be able to spray ourselves off. So, wet bath. We decided to go with a bidet sprayer, which we polled you guys on Instagram and you guys said it was really weird, but we thought it was really smart because it's very directional. We can point, you know, at our feet or at our legs, wherever it may be, and it kind of looks nice. And now, this shower curtain is probably one of Katie's best finds on Amazon. As you can see, pulls out, and now we have more space for the shower, and if we want more space into the van, push it back. Probably the pride and joy for everyone, I don't know for everyone, for at least Katie and I, is this Laveo dry flush toilet. We're going to have a lot of videos about this toilet because it's fascinating. Basically, it's a diaper genie. So we went through the ideas of having like the jug system where you have like a poo and a pee jug, and then you have to like walk through the Walmart to like dump it out. That sounded disgusting. We didn't want to have to do that. We didn't want to have doo-doo fingers or anything like that. And then we were looking at like the wood chip, the compost one, and then we found out that you can have maggots. We decided that was not going to happen. We don't want to have maggots in our van. So we found this company called Laveo, and Laveo makes a dry flush toilet. And basically you're pooping into a silver space bag that when you're done, you hit the button and it sucks it all together and makes it a big old diaper genie, and it just drops it into the base of the toilet. And then after 15 flushes, you have all of these into a trash bag and you just throw them away. That's it. Clean and simple, nothing more.
No smell, no anything.
No smell, nothing at all. It's fantastic. No accident dripping or spilling, nothing like that. You don't have to take the poo bag through the van. This is it. And as you can see, there are a bungee cord that's keeping it in place right now. It's pretty light, so what we're planning on doing is basically taking it out, putting it into the hallway, taking your shower, and then being able to put it back in. We wanted to have the flexibility of having a toilet in the wet bath, but also being able to have a more convenient shower. With a shower comes condensation, so we decided to put our MaxxAir Deluxe 7500K fan right here to suck that moisture up, and while we're cooking, take that smoke up as well. With the Arctic Tern window and the MaxxAir fan, we have a really nice cross breeze that gets pulled and sucked through the van. So on this side of the shower, we have more storage. We call this our charging cabinet, not to be confused with our electrical cabinet. In this, we have our MaxxAir fan controller, our Dometic AC fan controller, a bunch of DC outlets to charge USB-C items like an iPad or a computer or cameras, stuff like that, and then a traditional 110 volt outlet for some bigger items. Below that we have some books, our binder of information for every item that's in the van, and then on top is our wireless router, Peplink. We bought that from Mobile Must Haves. They were super friendly to work with. We'll make an entire video on the internet system later. Now on the bottom we have more storage. This is where we keep some of our more nitty-gritty things like our hose and our charging, our electrical shore power cable, and then this is also where our fuses go for our DC and our AC system.
Our bed platform, because we have a lot of things underneath that you'll see in a minute, is pretty high and I can't climb into it. So I have a little step stool, it folds out, it tucks away easily, but I have to use it to get in the bed. So I'm gonna show you the bed space, but I need to get my step stool. Welcome to the bedroom. All right, so this is basically the bedroom. We have what equates to a queen-ish. We're about 72 inches wall to wall, but we are both able to sleep east-west in here. And then on this side, we have a ton of storage. So this is where we keep basically all of our clothes. 3 cabinets of it. If you can tell, we used a lot of packing cubes and these have been really great. So you can have a pants one, a shirts one, and it makes it relatively quick to just grab what you need. So I have a cabinet, Joey has a cabinet, and we share the third one with our extra clothes. It may seem like a lot of clothes and we'll probably figure that out on the road as well, but for now it's a great use of space, it's great storage, we're really pleased. Ooh. As you can tell, the gas struts are strong, but it's nice because it keeps them in place and also holds them up so it's not coming down and smashing our heads. So I'm gonna scooch back a little bit. Above me here is our Dometic RTX 2000 air conditioning unit, and we put it in the back here because both Joey and I cannot sleep if it's super warm. So having the air conditioning just above us will be really nice on warm nights, so we can sleep more comfortably. And then if you take your eyes this way, above our heads on this side, we have 2 little puck lights. They're just puck lights off of Amazon. They're also on dimmers. And it's great for reading or just sitting in bed with a little bit of light and not having to have the full house lights on. And that switch is right underneath, super convenient. And then there's stuff on this wall, but we gotta move the camera around. All right, welcome to the point of view from the bed. We have 3 items here on the charge cabinet wall. We have a switch that controls our perimeter lighting. We'll show you that in a minute. And then we have 2 USB plugs that'll be great for charging a phone or just any sort of tech while we're laying in bed, whether it be an iPad or even a computer. I kind of hinted at this earlier with the bed platform being so high. It's because we have a ton of storage and other things happening under the bed that in order to show you, we have to hop around and get outside of the van. And I'm gonna have Joey give you a tour of what we call our garage area. I know I said Joey was going to tour the garage, and he will momentarily. I just wanted to point out a really cool feature. We have a underlayment for our mattress because in a van there's, like Joey had mentioned, a lot of condensation, a lot of different temperature changes, and that stuff can lead for mold. So instead of drilling a bunch of holes in our bed platform, we wanted to really keep that rigid. So we got this underlayment for the mattress that allows full airflow through. And the hope is that it helps prevent mold over time. And we can check back in a year and let you know how it's going. But right now, it's really good. It sets it up about 3/4 of an inch. And so the mattress isn't in contact with the wood at all. We also have that under the bench seat.
Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! This is our garage space. Ah! That is our secret passageway into our garage system. In here, we will have 6 27-gallon totes from Home Depot. And in those totes are going to be the random things, right? 2 totes for motorcycles, 2 totes for like extra clothing, tool tote, and then like an overflow tote of just random stuff that we find along the way. But we just wanted that extra storage, knowing that we wouldn't need that stuff all of the time, and this was a perfect place for it. Now, on our right-hand side, my right-hand side, your left-hand side, screen left, is our electrical system. We have dual battle-borne batteries with 540 amp hours of lithium batteries, a 3,000 watt Victron inverter. We have all of our electronics in here. And then on your side, on your right, we have our water system. We have a Trionic 37-gallon tank. We have a 4-step water filter system, accumulator, and a pump from SureFlow, and a Bosch 4-gallon water heater. That's going to allow us to shower a lot of times and wash our fingies and things like that. And we're always, no matter where we're finding our fresh water, it's going to be super clean. Now, you may be asking yourself, why is this inside and not underneath the van? It's because we didn't want to have to deal with freezing temperatures very often. When it's underneath the van, it's exposed to the elements, and you really have to be conscious of, you know, what the outside temperatures may be and how they're fluctuating. When it's inside and we're inside, it's never really going to be below freezing, so we don't have to worry about it freezing up and ruining our water system. And as you can see, we use PEX-A piping for everything inside the van. That just adds additional insulation, and it's a stronger grip on all of the connections.
When we're actually on the go, we're gonna have a motorcycle on the back of the van, which means that the back doors are not gonna be easy to open and close very often. So in order to fill our water tank and our water system that's in the back, we put our water inlet and our water fill up here on the front. And it's so simple, it's a quick connect. You just attach our little hose and then it clips right in here, and we can fill our tank really quickly and not have to deal with having to take the motorcycle off, having to get into the back, and it's a great feature. I'll get you back to the van tour in a minute. I just wanted to quickly let you all know that we launched a Patreon, and with this Patreon, if you become a patron, you get more access to us, but also we get to provide stuff to you. You can get things and perks such as postcards, merchandise like I'm wearing, and a few other things that are available. If you want to support us, keep us on the road, keep seeing videos of not only van build, but travel content, it helps support us and what we do, and we would love to have you part of our Patreon family. So you can check that out in the link in the description, and if you're just interested and getting a Katie and Joe on the Go shirt, mug, what have you, we do have a website, katieandjoeonthego.com, with links to all of our merch stuff there. More to come, fun stuff with Clifford, travel, lots of stuff on the horizon. It's really exciting. But for now, we'll get you back to the van tour.
Up on top, we have an AVC rig version 2 roof rack. We like them because they're based in Colorado, and they have been super friendly and easy to work with. We have dual floodlights out back and 2 on the sides. Both of those are connected to the driver's side seat, so I can turn those on and off when we're pulling in late at night into a parking space. And we can flip the switch by the bed as well. In addition to that, we have our backup cam, and we have a second security camera that's constantly recording anything. So if you try anything sneaky, we'll know. On top of our roof deck, we have a 5-foot by 5-foot deck that is definitely going to get some good action this summer. In addition to that, we have dual rich solar panels, both 100 watt, and our Dometic AC that you can see in the back, our MaxxAir up front, and we have our antenna for our internet provider up top. This is our Flatline Van Company nudge bar. We've been looking for a brush guard or something for the front of this van, but we never wanted to lose the ability to have our cruise control sensors, which are here, and they also act as our parking sensors. And this was the first to market that would actually work for that. In addition, we have dual Pathfinder 9-inch LED lights that really get bright and are going to help us when we're navigating, you know, roads at night, back roads at night. So from the driver's seat, I have these 2 switches that are real close to my leg that can easily turn on the front lights on the nudge bar and then the surrounding floodlights up on the roof rack.
In the Ford Transit, the space underneath the passenger seat is empty, and that's where we chose to have our heater installed. We have an S-bar heater. We have the model that allows for use at any altitude and most high altitudes, and since we're already currently sitting at almost 6,500 feet, it was really the best option for us, and it allows us to go into the mountains without having to have someone recalibrate it for us.
As you guys can tell, we are very excited about how our van turned out. We have no experience whatsoever, and we have a functioning home on wheels with a refrigerator and a sink and a shower and a toilet and an electrical system and so much more.
Yeah, for 2 people who didn't know how to do anything, we figured it out, and now it all works, and we're really excited to hit the road. And we think our layout and design is super practical, and we're, I think, really proud of what we accomplished.
I'm proud of us. I know my mom's not, but I'm proud of us. All right, MTV, time for you to leave. Bye. It's pretty dark in here. What if we had a window? Oh, but do we? Look at that.